Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Monday afternoon live stream. How are you? It is good to see you, and it is good to be seen by you. And I, doing the seeing and the being glad about it, am he, me, Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver. How are you, everybody? How was your weekend? I hope everybody had just a fantastic weekend. I had a pretty good one yesterday afternoon over on Timothy Imholt's channel. Tim roped me in and we talked about The Lord of the Rings, which I know that probably comes as a huge surprise to everyone that I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. But there we are. Daniel Pasilis, the Wheeling Dragon. Now, there's not like a dash there. Daniel Pasilis, comma, the Wheeling Dragon. Hello. Damien247, TXG, Gonzalo Lira's Bar Tab, Dungeon Minister. Hello, hello, how are you? You got to go to a convention. That's awesome, Padre. That is fantastic. You went to GriffCon in Guelph? No, I don't speak Canadian, man. Anyway, Zachary Melvin, right out of the chute, and hello to you too, Zachary, asking the important questions. Would Hasbro buy Goodman or Troll Lord Games or other if the tariffs forced them to go under? Zach, I can't speak for the others, but I can tell you this. They're not going to have to buy Troll Lord Games because Troll Lord Games isn't going to go under. Troll Lord prints their books right in their offices. They own a printing press. They do not ship overseas for printing. So, yeah. I hope that answers your question. Wow, 31 folks watching already. Wow. Dinner's on. Excellent. Ardu RPG, good to see you. Guelph. Okay, it's pronounced Guelph. Rob Turner, hello. Lord Misfit, greetings. Ion Farmer, greetings. I think this is the first time you've ever popped up. Let me tell you something. If this is the first time you've tuned into the show and you haven't already, please do me a favor, just a little favor. It's a simple thing that I ask. Click the subscribe button and click the bell icon for notifications. And then that way you can find out when I am doing these live streams, when I release newsy videos. The live streams are always a lot of fun, guys. Let me tell you what. We do live plays of classic tabletop RPGs 2, sometimes 3 nights a week. We do deep dives of classic TTRPG products, and I like to have guests on the show. I have invited so many wonderful people on the show and had so much fun with everyone who's been on the show. I've had fun with, and they were cool, and they were a lot of fun to talk to. So yeah. So there we go. But anyway, yeah, we had some RPG news last week, didn't we? We had the tariffs, of course, because, and this just blew. I knew that like Hasbro did it, but I didn't realize how many even mom and pop companies offshored their printing. Troll Lord Games not being one of them. Just like, yeah, we'll just print this, in China, which is ludicrous. That's not a patch on anyone if you're Chinese. I'm just like, why would you print my D&D book 9,000 miles away and then bring it home to me? How is that more efficient? I don't understand that. I'm not a business person, and that much should be evidence. Chris Perkins, I did a whole news video, and a bunch of you folks subscribed, and thank you very much. I love you for that. Thank you all very much. Yeah, Chris Perkins flew the coop. I asked this when Cynthia Williams left the company. I asked this when, what's his name? White guys like me can't leave this hobby fast enough. Who was that made that comment? When he left the company, if 6th edition is going gangbusters and it's the feather in everyone's cap and D&D is booming, Why are all these people leaving? Wouldn't you want to stay and just rake up the excess? Wouldn't you want to stay and get all the fame and fortune? The Badger says press work is becoming a lost art in the U.S. One of my fave jobs and skill sets you acquired. Very cool. Kyle Brink. Yeah, that was Kyle Brink, Ardu. Thank you for reminding me. Oh, we'll see, Robert Phillips. We'll see. But anyway, so that's also true, Dice Tales. But we don't. I try to avoid topics of politics because my D&D books were printed with pride in Canada. Random House Canada printed the first edition AD&D hardbacks. I don't know if they started printing them in the U.S. ever at any juncture, but yes, all the AD&D books were printed in Canada, so that they were offshored from the beginning. But anyway, so I feel like something interesting is gonna. I might do a newsy video about it. I might talk about that, but we'll see. We'll see. But I'm not gonna talk politics. Certainly not on the live stream show. Certainly not on the live stream show. I'm just not gonna do it, guys. I don't do it. I won't do it. I've come close to it once or twice. I mean, D&D gets mired in enough culture comp. And I agree with you, TXG. I agree with you. I think he got out while the getting out was good. So anyway, I want to apologize. You know, I talk about, oh, here's what we do 5 nights a week. And then I wasn't here Friday night. We've got kind of an interesting, exciting, critical moment coming up in Gamma World, which hopefully we will all get to see play out Friday. But also, I was tired. I was tired. I do apologize. I do apologize. For not making a Friday show, for not at least coming and hanging out with you guys, putting my feet up, cracking open a beer. Anyway, so what did I do? What did I do? This weekend, like I said, I just chilled out. I hung out with Tim M. Holt on a pre-recorded video that he did over on his channel. He's at Timothy M. Holt. And of course, you can see him Tuesday nights when he plays first edition AD&D with myself and a stellar crew of players. But, yeah, Death Angels, yep. Runeward Gaming, hello. Timey Wimey Limey, good to see you. So on Saturday, now I talked about this last week a bunch, and I'm thinking until everything's done, I'm gonna talk about that is very big news, Ardu. But anyway, I'm gonna talk about the application, the program, and I want to share it with you guys again today for a while. This is shaping up to be pretty awesome, and I want to show you guys where it's at. But first, I got to tell you a story. Yesterday, so I've added monks to the builder. You can now create a monk for first edition AD&D in the builder if you A, get the stat rolls, or B, program them in by hand to meet the minimums. So, my thoughts on the first two Baldur's Gate video games. I liked the first one. I did like the first one quite a bit. But so I started adding features on yesterday. And I kept introducing things that were breaking the code so bad. I was using Grok, I was using ChatGPT, I was using Stack Exchange, Google, trying to fix things. And the more I fixed things, the more I broke things. Now, over on, I guess I should now start calling it the development PC, over on my other PC over there, we'll get to it, Robert. We'll get to it. I didn't realize that VS Code, which is a free coding studio you can get from Microsoft, that VS Code periodically, just like Word, just like Excel, just like Access, just like PowerPoint, will periodically save things. So I opened a good working copy and got to work and started working. Instead of opening a good working copy, giving it a different name, saving it, and then going to work on it. And I broke things left, right, and center. I made that into such a buggy pile of garbage trying to do some of the things that I am that I'm going to show you guys. Not yet, Rob. Not yet. That's coming, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll revert. It had saved over what I thought was the only, not the only working copy, but the only copy with all of the working stuff that I had put in the night before. And it was now not working. But as it happens, because all I had put in there was, not all, but what I had put all in there was the monk and how to create monks and how to display monk abilities. And suddenly, while I could create a monk abilities were no longer displaying. And I beat my head against that problem for a long time. I was crushed. I was absolutely crushed. So I open up the most recent version before that, all 18s, 17th level, fire it off, pull up the character sheet in HTML, no monk stats. I mean, it's listing him as a monk. It's doing all that right, but his monk powers are not showing up. His monk powers are not showing up. I was crestfallen. So I start looking for the code and I'm like, scroll to the top, do string searches, and it's all there, but clearly something I patched is no longer working. Every iteration of a monk that I manually created and saw that the monk's character sheet was generating properly, I had given them a level like 8, 9, 10. I can't believe I did this. The list of monk abilities A through, K? Start at 3rd level. My stack of special monk abilities is monk 1st level, special abilities, dash. 2nd level, special abilities, dash. 3rd level, special abilities. And then they start A, and then I've got the description of A, and then B, and then C, and they accumulate. So I get all the way to the end. Well, monks level past 14, where you have K at, right? Is that right? Level 14. When I was in a panic testing the monk, I was entering level 17 for the monk. Just that's where my fingers were going. I was just like, all right, manually enter 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18. Character class, monk, level 17. I wasn't seeing anything. The problem was I had not defined the special abilities for 14, 15, 16, and 17. It wasn't displaying them because I told it they don't get any special abilities. So when I realized what I'd done, I laughed and laughed in joy. So I go down through and I just set the special abilities for every level above 17 to K, because I know when it pulls in K, it pulls in everything cumulative. And now it works. So I just started off. I did a couple of neat things to it today. And then I dug in and started working on psionics. And now that I've told you guys that story, I'm going to show you where we are with the program that I now call, or wait, do I want to do it like that? No, I don't want to do it like that. I want to do it like this. Let's go studio presentation and window. Let's do that. Okay. The program that I now call the Ultimate Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Character Creator. Yes, I have a splash screen. When you run it, here, let me break. When you run it, it clears the screen and shows a splash screen. Press any key to continue. I'm very proud of that. So, let's hit enter. Welcome to the AD&D Character Generator. Choose your method. Do you want to... Do you guys want to see a monk? Insglade, hello. Do you guys want to see what a monk looks like? Because we can do that, because that was the one that got me. I'm not a programmer, Orbital Air. I'm learning this stuff as I go. Like I said, Stack Exchange and a couple of chatbots have been teaching me as I've gone along. Gonzalo wants to see it. That's enough. Joe Kaufman, hello. Good to see you. The classic. All right, so let's do a monk. But we'll use method 5 because we're going to do the I absolutely roll bees up at my house before I rode my BMX bike over here so we could play D&D. Strength 18, intelligence 18, wisdom 18, dexterity 18, constitution, and charisma. Monks obviously have to be human. But what about my Tabaxi monk bard Sorlock combination? Get out. Yeah, dice tech. Well, I was reading Stack Exchange. I wasn't using Stack Exchange. I was reading Stack Exchange. By the way, the fastest way to get an answer out of Stack Exchange is don't ask the question. Find the question that somebody else asked and post a wrong answer. So he's a human. We don't discriminate. We'll make it a her. She's a human. And we're going to do monk. We're going to do monk. And we're going to do a 9th level monk because that will show us. Oh man, I hope this doesn't have my debug statements in it. That makes it very ugly. Okay. We have 5 proficiencies. Now the next new feature that you guys should be seeing, if you remember this from the other night. We'll name her Grasshopper. The bottom, okay, I was worried about that. Let me move it up a little bit. Well, that was me. There we go. All right. If you look down there, now instead of entering a number, I don't know, it's not showing my mouse pointer on the screen. You hit D for done selecting. So we have 5 proficiencies. Let's do melee. Oops. Let's go into the right window, Bill. Let's do melee. Now, the number selection is still here in melee. That's just something I need to tweak. All right, so I also need to tweak this. Let's go with a club. Let's go back to subcategories. Well, you know what? Let's do the axes. 1, 2. Sticks. We got to get some sticks here. We have 3 proficiencies: bow stick, quarterstaff, and staff. Now, you guys will note, let me see if that'll let me scroll back up. You guys will note when you run out of proficiencies, now it auto kicks you to the store. Yes, Joe, this is something I made. It auto kicks you to the store. So now we're shopping. We have 12 gold pieces. I guess let's shop for some clothes. Let's get a robe. And a hat. But you will note D, done shopping in this category. And then we can hit D again to be done shopping. Let's get some provisions though. Let's do a pint of watered wine. And let's do, shall we say, well, we have to get some iron rations. So, although those are expensive, we'll get some standard rations. So we have 4 gold pieces left. We'll go weapons shopping. Melee. That is a formatting error due to the size of the screen. If I stretch it out a little bit, it fixes it. Also, doesn't help that Windows snapped it to the side of the other monitor. There we go. Okay. So we went proficient in club, which is free. Yeah, I need to adjust that, I know. I think I have a slightly older version here because I think my other version, yeah, I think that this is 29B. I think 29C is still working and has the D to exit. All right, so let's continue. Wow, 102 folks watching. Thank you all for tuning in today. All right, let's go to sticks. You guys are welcome. I didn't make that horrid joke. A bow staff. And I think that was the last one. They're cheap, so I'll just go ahead and pick up a Joe stick. All right. And we're done. And we go back to main categories. And now we're done shopping. Are you sure? This is pretty cool. I know it doesn't seem like much. But if we go no... Oh, look, let's go back into shopping. You know what? Herbs are cheap. Let's go get some garlic. Ooh, that's expensive, though. What the hell? Let's splurge. Ooh, and I forgot something. Done shopping in this category. There was a TV show that starred David Carradine in the early 1970s called Kung Fu, which I have heard differing stories about what the inspiration for the AD&D monk was. Some say it was the Destroyer novels. Some say it was the Kung Fu TV show. But the nickname given to David Carradine's character when he was a young man training in the Shaolin Temple was Grasshopper. Oh, it's a joke. Oh, I'm sorry. I know the punchline. Because you ugly like insect. All right, religious items. Yes, Bruce Lee proposed the show Kung Fu to the networks, and they said, that's a great idea. Meet the guy who's going to play him, David Carradine. And Bruce Lee was like, but yeah, let's get some prayer beads. And a couple of sticks of incense. There. We're done. We're done. It just occurred to me. I don't have enough money for a tinder box with flint and steel. I can't even light this incense. Isn't that a shame? Anything? All right. Well, let's just be done. And we're done shopping. Yes, we're sure. Okay. Lawful good. And her name is Grasshopper. And we'll save her as HTML. And would you like to create another character? Now it loops back. You know what? We're going to say yes. And we're going to re-enter this. But next, I want to show you guys. Hopefully this is working. Hopefully I brought a build over that displays right. Hopefully I grabbed the right build. I'll let y'all know in a minute. I'll still, you know what? I'll still show it on screen. Here we go. Pull you guys out of there. Share a screen, and we'll just do that. And then share. And there we go. There is Grasshopper. Female human, 9th level, master of the North Wind. All the stuff that an 18 brings. Now, you'll notice strength 18 only shows the weight allowance improvement, open doors, and bend bars, lift gates, not 2 hit and 2 damage. And she does not get a percentile strength as a monk does. Take care, Rob Turner. Use the friction from quivering balm to ignite it. I like that. Now we can show the hit point calculation. Shows how many they started with at first level. Ouch, just 2. Oh, no, wait. First level, 2 and 1, then plus 4 is 7. Okay. We can zip that up. Saving throws. Armor class calculation is just 3 for a monk. Weapons proficiencies, club, battle axe, bow stick, joe stick, and quarterstaff. 1 electrum, 4 silver. That's right. It broke the correct coinage out of the remaining coins. Big thanks to Don the DM for figuring that one out. He did that. Base movement, 23 inches. Secondary skill armorer, no spells, obviously. Here's all the equipment I purchased. Monk abilities, effective armor class 3, move 23, attacks per round 2, open hand damage 3 to 12. Special is G, which that is G and that is the level, but everything before is included. Speak with animals as a third level druid. Mask the mind. ESP only has a 30% chance of success, reduced by 2% every level after fourth. Immune to disease, haste, and slow effects. Self-induced catalepsy for a number of turns equal to 2 times the monk's level of experience. So 18 turns the monk can appear dead. Heal 2 to 5 hit points on self, increasing by 1 hit point per level after 7th. So in her case, that is 3 to 8. At 8th level, speak with plants as a druid. Beguiling, charm, and hypnosis have only a 50% chance of success. Increases 5% per level after 9th. So starting at 9th level, is it 9th? Yeah, so after 9th, that that chance to succeed decreases. So there you guys go. What character would you like to see next, everyone? What character would you like to see me gen up next? You want to see one done with method 1, 2, 3, or 4? A paladin. The wonderful wizard of the game wants a paladin. Let's see if we can get a paladin just by a draw off the deck. And I think our best chance is going to be method 3. 3d6, 6 times for each stat. Keep the highest for each. Remember, we're looking for a wisdom of 12, I think at a minimum, and a charisma 17 minimum. So, oh, before we get into this, before we make another character, someone asked me earlier, and I apologize if I don't remember, someone asked me about, can we make bards? That feature is coming, and I'm going to talk to you guys about the big feature that's coming up next. So Wonderful Wizard of Games has set the price. We're going for a paladin. We're going to try method 3 to see if we can get our paladin. So method 3, we did not get a paladin. However, we can do Damien's Elven Fighter Magic User. So let's select Elf. We'll make him a male this time. Fighter Magic User. And this adventuresome young lad is going to start at first level. First level for fighter. First level for magic user. All right, 5 proficiencies. Ranged. We got to get that. We got to get those darts and a bow. So let's go dart. And let's do composite short on the bow. And we'll go back to subcategories. There's still some quality of life stuff I want to do to the to the user interface here. So we have 3 proficiencies left. We'll go to melee. We're going to go with longsword, of course. Dagger. I think we should definitely do a dagger. And what else? Let's see. We have one more. Let's go back and let's pick a pole arm. Are you guys feeling spear or lance? Spear or lance? Hey, Joe, you laugh. A paladin cleric is actually one of the things mentioned in dual classing. As a possibility, like Damien saying spear. Damien saying spear. I like that. I like that. So let's see. Yeah, spear. 21. Now, lucky us, we get to choose our starting first level spell. We rolled, that should be a 10. I need to flip that in the code. Oh, so many calls for Lance now. Sorry, guys. We get to choose our first level spell. I'm going with Sleep, aka the first level magic user's Fireball. We have 150 gold. Let's go shopping. Let's shop for armor first. And here we are at the armor subtable. We have banded chain, leather, padded, plate, ring, scale, 2 kinds of shield, well, 3 kinds of shields, splint, and studded. I think we go for splint for economic reasons. And we'll pick up a small shield. And then we're done in that category. Let's go get some weapons. Well, those melee weapons, we need, oh, it's done. It's doing that thing again. Let's see. Let's pick up, a dagger, of course. And a longsword. Almost bought a broadsword by mistake. And we're done. Ranged. Let's get ranged. Bow, composite short. Good Lord, that's expensive. We're not going to buy any ranged right now. All right, let's go to pole arms and buy a spear. All right. See, that's, again, part of the UI I need to address, because it all would have fit on the screen. That is correct, Joe. Well, the way you'd want to do it, Joe, is you'd want to start as a cleric and then move over to paladin. So we're done. Let's go back to main categories. Again, that's UI stuff I really should fix. All right, well, I know for a fact with 42, I don't think we can afford any kind of horse, but let's check. We could get a pony. We're talking about an elf. I think a pony's just fine. We have 27 gold left. Let's hop out of there. Tack and harness. We need bit and bridle. We need a saddle. Let's get a large saddlebags. Let's spend the gold. Only live once. And of course, for Horsey's sake and for ours, a saddle blanket. In fact, I'm going to buy 2 saddle blankets. A saddle blanket is an ideal bedroll. So there we go. All right. So we hop back out. Now we have to buy some miscellaneous equipment. Well, let's get provisions. Let's get provisions. Our horsey needs food, so we're going to get a week's worth of grain. Well, let's get a couple of days. Let's not go crazy. We're not journeying halfway across Greyhawk. So there we go. Couple of days grain. We'll get a standard rations for a week for ourselves. And we've got 8 gold left. We're done shopping in this category. Now we'll get the miscellaneous stuff. A backpack, 50 feet of rope, say 5 iron spikes, a tinderbox this time, a flask of oil, a small helm, which we don't have the money to get. Dang it. I think picking up 4 torches. I feel like that's really it, guys, unless you think candles or, you know what, a map case. I think that. Now we're done. Hey, Chris Sims, good to see you. So we're done. We're done shopping. Are we sure? We're absolutely sure. Let's, the classic elf alignment, chaotic good. And we're going to call this character, I don't know. How about something original? Glorfindel. And let's save this out as HTML so you guys can see it in all of its glory. Glorfindel, would you like to create another character? Not right now. Now, let's look at Glorfindel. We're going to come back and try and bash up a paladin real quick. Okay. Studio presentation. And the window. And there is Glorfindel, male elf, fighter magic user 1/1, a veteran prestidigitator. Chaotic good, strength 12, normal hit probability, no damage adjustment, a slight bonus to carrying stuff, opens doors on 1 or 2, bends bars, lift gates at a 4% chance. Sorry, I'm just dealing with too many windows all of a sudden. Where did you guys go? Ah, there we are. Oh, you were tabbed over. All right, so was Splint a real type of armor? Yes. Yes, it was. It's my understanding it was like a laminated kind of armor, but I could be wrong about that. Glorfindel really stinks here. Glorfindel has 2 hit points. 1d10 on fighter, and so yeah. Total of 5 hit points divided by 2, fractions dropped, 2 hit points. Glorfindel better find a group to party with and hang back, or get some hirelings. Armor class is 0, which is good given everything else. Armor class is 0, base armor class is 4, shield bonus -1, dexterity bonus -3. Proficient with dart, short composite bow, long sword, dagger, and spear. Currently has 2 gold pieces, an electrum, and 9 silver. He is encumbered. Now, here's the thing about encumbrance. Encumbrance always takes the weight of your horse's food, which you keep on the horse. You keep in your horse's saddlebags, right? You don't carry it. So he's not that encumbered. No secondary skills. No skill of measurable worth. First level spells: charm person, jump, protection from evil, read magic, and write. I thought we chose. Oh, I thought I picked sleep. I must have fat fingered it. But yeah, if you look at grain, horse meal 1 day, that's 10 pounds because I got 2 days. Standard rations are no kidding around either. 20 pounds. But there's all the gear. Now, I believe somebody wanted to see us generate up a paladin. Somebody wanted to see us generate a paladin. We can do that. We can absolutely make that happen. Let's jump back to it. So let's go over here. This is going to be the last one we gen up. All right, here we go. We're going to do method 5 because I want to have the time to talk to you guys. So let's do strength 15, intelligence 11, wisdom 15, dexterity 14, constitution 14, charisma 18. This is a human. We did, let's see, female, male, male, female. Paladin. Level for Paladin, we'll do level 5. 4 proficiencies. Melee. Let's do a battle axe. A warhammer. And a longsword. Now let's go back to subcategories. Let's go to pole arms. Lance. Medium horse. We have 110 gold. Okay. You know what? We're just going to go to livestock. We're going to get the horse out of the way. Let's go with horse light. That's very aesthetic, wizard. I like that. And we are done. Let's go to tack and harness. And we're going to do, of course, same thing for six, 8, and 9. 6, 8, 9. 71 gold lift. Let's pop out. Let's see. Now shop for armor and weapons. Now, granted, the paladin is 5th level. They could have called for their horse already. All right. So we're definitely going to get a small shield. We have 60 gold left. I think our only armor option then is going to be scale to leave us with any money for weapons. So we're done here. Let's go to weapons. Let's go to melee. Let's get a good sword. Actually, let's get a hammer. That's kind of so a hammer for now. Pole arms. Lance, medium horse. And let's go get what little bit of gear we can afford. All right, back to main categories. Got to get some food for the horse. Couple days grain for the horse. Week standard rations. And we'll try and scrape up some stuff here and in the shop. Maybe the shopkeeper will have pity on us. We have 5 gold. A backpack. A tinderbox. A bunch of torches. Let's get a 10-foot pole and a couple of flasks. Well, actually, we don't need the flask of oil, although we might want one to hurl at something unspeakable. And that's it. Oh, we should try and get a holy symbol. Get a wooden holy symbol. Done shopping. Done shopping. We are sure. Lawful good. Only alignment, of course. Let's see. Enter a name for our character. Claudette. And again, HTML. Not now. So there is Claudette. And I will bring up Claudette's character sheet. Oh yeah, yeah. Claudette would be the leader of the group of this little group we've thrown together here. Now, one thing that I don't have listed, you guys tell me if you want me to do this. Do you guys want Paladin and Ranger skills to show up on their character sheet? Obviously, she's got protection from evil, lay on hands, detect evil, immunity to disease, cure disease a set number of times a day. Do you guys want that to be on the Paladin's character sheet and on Ranger character sheets? Because, you know, Rangers get their tracking capabilities and their damage bonus versus Giantkin. Do you guys want that to show on the sheet? I'm taking input now because this is still in development. I don't want to roll it out there and somebody say, it sucks. I don't see where a Paladin can do X, Y, and Z. I don't see why a Ranger. Sorry, Jason. I'm sorry, brother. Wonderful Wizard of Games thinks so. I will ask on social media. By the way, if you want some kind of slightly more regular updates, follow me at _Dungeon Delver over on Twitter. _Dungeon Delver. Well, everybody. Well, I say everybody. There's how many of you guys watching? I mean, really, 23 on Twitter. 102 have gone by on. I'm sorry, 23 on YouTube, 102 have gone by on X, Twitter. So I don't know if you watch this later, maybe look to my socials. So, oh, and by the way, if you want to see her HP calculations, there we are. And of course, they get turn undead capabilities. Yeah, I think that is a thing I should go and add to Paladins. I'm glad you like that, TXG. So let's talk a little bit more about the future, because I've talked about this program before and what I'm going to be doing with it. Obviously, in the like right now, immediate future, I'm going to be doing things like going in and adding where Paladin and Ranger abilities show up on the character sheets. Something else I'm going to be doing is psionics. I, no pun intended, beat my head against psionics all afternoon. I've got it to where it will check. I've got a build that will check for psionics. It will display on the screen that you have psionics. It will walk you through picking disciplines and showing you your psionic points and potential. It will do all of that jazz. What it's not doing, even though I can see it in the HTML output function tree, is showing it on the character sheet. So it's a giant pain in the ass. TXG wants to see, you know what? TXG, I will make, just for you, since you asked so politely, I will make a quick character, and I will, let's see, let's do 3 dwarf male fighter level 1, not bothering with proficiencies, yes, done shopping, yes, lawful good, dwarf, save it as text. No. This is all first edition, Jason. This is all first edition AD&D. But anyway, yes, all of the special abilities that come with Paladins and Rangers, I'm going to add. The text layout is pretty snappy, or pretty snazzy, I have to say. Let me come in here. There he is, Dwarf. Dwarf the Dwarf. It's just very simple. Yeah, I really should do the it is very confusing, Jason. But I want this to hew to first edition AD&D as much as humanly possible. There you can see it, stats and stats with modifiers. Saving throws. I didn't pick any proficiencies yet. There's a couple of hiccups here. I need to go and check, like why spell and rod, staff, and wand and paralysis. I think that's because of the dwarven predilection to being their constitution helps them save versus those things. So, now let's address a few of you guys' questions. Joe Kaufman, first of all, asked, how am I going to roll this out? I thought about that for a long time, and I'm going to do this two ways. If you're a regular supporter of the show on as a YouTube member or as a patron, you will receive this at the thief level. And any updates I do to it, any quality of life improvements, you will get this as the thief level. That's $10 a month as a YouTube member or $10 a month as a patron. I will roll this out to you. The other way I'm going to make it available, if you don't want to do that, if you're like subscribed to me here on YouTube or whatever, but for whatever reason you don't want to do the month to month thing, I will make it available just one time, one shot, boom, it goes out there. on itch.io. You can buy it and then you're done. So that is how I'm going to make it available. So somebody asked about dual classed characters. That is coming in a module that I'm tentatively calling, and this is very snappy. I think you guys will agree that like my wording on this just makes it sound so good. It rolls off the tongue. The reentrant character editor. Yes. So there's 3 save options that I'm sure you guys noticed: text, HTML, and JSON. What I'm going to do is set this up so when if you save to text or save to HTML, it automatically adds a JSON file. Then, if I can, and I've talked about this and people have said that it's doable, but it's not going to be easy. I'm going to slurp up I'm going to add an option where you'll start off and you've got your methods, but another method will be load a character, like, methods 1 through 5, or L for load. Hey, Pauper Knight, good to see you. So you'll load the character and it will then display in text your name, your level, your experience, your stats. Well, it'll basically be your name, your gender, your race, your class and level, your XP, your level title, your alignment. Hang on one second, guys. Okay. So it will go through and it will it'll basically load up the basic stuff, and you will be able to edit it. It will ask you what fields you want to edit. I want to make it so that you can level the character. You can add to XP. You can manage it in your campaign. So, once that's, once you've loaded the character in, if your character got level drained, you can come in and reduce their level. It'll knock off the hit points you lost and ratchet down the listed XP. If you got XP, you can add to XP. It'll check to see if you can go to the next level and then ask you if you want to add a level. If you got enough XP to go up 2 levels, it'll cut you off and drop the rest. So that's the hope. That's the hope. That module is going to take some work. That module will take some work, but I will get it there. I will let folks know, Jason. I will let, I think I'm on some Facebook groups. I don't look on there very often. I mean, it's a program you can run on your PC, Pauper Knight. I don't know how to get this working on a Mac, Linux, Android. It will never be on iOS. Let me just say that unequivocally. This will never be on iOS. This will never be on an Apple device, like an Apple phone or an Apple tablet. Anything that runs iOS, I can't get into that ecosystem. But there it is, guys. That's the program. So I will let you guys know. You know what? Next Monday, I'll show you where it's at. Unless I have just some incredible brainstorm between now and like the next quote unquote free night we have, I will let you guys know where I'm at. With that said, let's talk about the rest of the week. What's coming up this week? Tomorrow night, first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. I got to find out from Kyle if he's going to be available on Wednesday night. If not, maybe I'll have some more Appendix N deep dive to talk to you guys about. Thursday, I believe, knock on wood, Thursday, I think that the guests will be here. The guests that I will have guests. I've got to talk to Heidi and Eric and see if they're going to be able to be on. Friday night, Gamma World. I will be there Friday night. If all of my players can play, if all of my players can't play, I will still stop by. I promise. Cross my heart. So there's the program. That's the rest of the week, guys. I think that's just about all we've got. One thing I am going to tell you, this experience has told me that I can do the same thing for the Dungeon Master's Guide. I can go through and automate the Dungeon Master's Guide, guys. It's going to happen. When I said I wanted to replace Dungeon Master's Assistant Volume 1 and Volume 2 from SSI, now 34-year-old programs, I meant it. And a lot of people have come to me and said, oh, there's this thing, and then you can kind of do some things and make the 2E one kind of behave. Or you could run Core Rules 2.0 in a virtual machine. It's not that different from First Digit. I want something that works in First Edition AD&D only and hews to the rules exact. Let me tell you something. I wrung my hands. I was wringing my hands over the fact that I had to average the carry weight for light, medium, and heavy horse and draft horses and ponies and so on, because I got them out of the monster manual and I couldn't figure out how, because they carry 2,000 to 4,000 or 3,500 to 7,000. Like, you know, double their weight encumbers. That I couldn't figure out a formula to that to make it display on the screen and not make the program think I was saying the horse weighs 3,500 pounds or 3,500 gold. So, yeah, Engine Joe, I'm not making a second edition version. I'm sorry. And here's why. That sounds ugly of me. That sounds ugly of me. I have decades of first edition AD&D knowledge. There's a lot of stuff that comes second nature to me. I don't know squat about 2E. I don't, guys, I don't know anything about it. I'd have to start from scratch. And yeah, it's different enough that I would have to start from scratch. So I can't make a version for an edition that I don't understand. Ion Farmer, if there, you know what? Poke around the Apple II hacking forums. Maybe there's a version of Python that you could get. Maybe we can find a version of Python for the Apple II and compile this and make it work on it. So, that's it, guys. That's what I've got. First edition AD&D tomorrow, maybe Kyle Wednesday, maybe guest Thursday, Gamma World Friday. I'll let you guys know the closer we get to those days what's going to happen. When I automate the Dungeon Master's Guide, I will tell you this. There's going to be, I hope so, Robert, I hope so. There's going to be a wandering monster generator. And I think just for shits and grins, I am going to test the wandering monster generator first with the owl bear. Good night. Thank you all for hanging around. Love you all. See you around.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere, in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around, some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle, way off course? Naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to